Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down?
Hey guys, it's Mike, Railroading 818. It's been a while since I've done a post, probably like 2 years, and I promised I'd be posting more, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I am doing some updates to the layout. I have a little time this summer to make some changes, and I was running into some problems with some of the areas of the switching where no matter what I would do with the cars, just the track laying wasn't as good as it should have been, so I was running into problems with derailments and stuff. Plus, I'm going to move around the industries and make it a little more fun to work, because originally it is a puzzle and it still will be a puzzle, but it was just so difficult that it was almost like you could only pull 2 cars at a time, and if I want to do a little bit more realistic stuff, I have to have slightly longer trains. So I'm pulling up some of the track, in which I'll give you a look at right now. Alright, so this is the layout. If you have been following me, you pretty much know it. What I am pulling out is this section from here to here is coming out, and I'm going to have this, actually there'll be a switch running from here to here, which should be highly useful, and I found that it was a flaw in the original design. Although not having a switch here makes it extremely challenging to do this layout. But I'm going to have a switch here, and then I'm going to have 2 switches come out here and then run out to some industries. I kind of have it marked off where the car is going to come out and then run and then get spotted, and there'll be 2 industries right there. This whole grain facility, which was kind of a cool idea at first, I decided not to do it because it takes 2 operators, and it was just kind of like, to be honest, it was just more of a pain in the ass than anything else. So this right here is actually going to be, it's just going to be a long spur or track to set out cars to the grain facility. And then all of this right here will go away, and this whole section will be silos and whatnot. Then we'll have 2 industries here, and then this section will still go behind. And what's going to happen is, starting at this point, I'm going to have a switch come out. This is going to go away. The switch is going to come out, and it's going to run over here, and it's going to be a 3-foot industry for that receives tank cars like corn syrup or something like that. And then this section, which was going to be a lumber yard, is now going to just be a spot where I can bring locomotives in for fueling and stuff like that. Although it's not realistic as far as having that type of thing here, I just kind of want that aspect on the layout. So I'll be able to bring 2 locomotives in here and do that. Alright guys, I've started pulling up the track, and despite my efforts, I'm pretty much destroying all my switches. So I guess that's anywhere from $12 to $24 a pop, depending on what kind of switch it was. I've tried all the different methods, wetting it. I pull all the spikes out, but they just get destroyed. I've managed to salvage some of the cheaper Atlas ones, but the Picos are coming apart. So this is basically what I'm going to be double heading. This would be a typical train, and there's going to be a switch that runs from here across, and the whole train will fit down in that lead, the working lead. And then here is where the new industries come in, and there'll be a switch, and I'm playing with a couple of different ideas, but I think I got the spacing right. So I'll have 2 box cars going here. There'll be a building, and they can unload right there. This car is going to be a refrigerator car, which will actually tuck into the building. So these will kind of be staggered at an angle. And then coming down here, this will just be a piece of straight track as kind of a runaround, and then just a straight shot back into the grain facility. And that's where I'm at so far. I'll update you again once I get more stuff done. I've got another little mock-up going on there. So the train will pull through here, hit that switch. Where that cutter is a switch, and then into the 2 industry tracks. Then over here, we're going to go back to the grain elevator. This building is going to get cut up. I can lift it. I can't lift it without breaking it. Anyways, I'm just going to be utilizing, since this is at an angle, I'm only going to be utilizing just the angle of it. So I'm going to be making a cut across here. So I'll just have a triangular building kind of wedged into the backdrop, but it's already perfectly spaced for the rail traffic. That's the old Del Monte building, which never actually got finished. So that's what we got so far. I'll keep it up. Okay guys, a few days later from when I shot the intro to this video, I got the track laid. I'm starting to ballast a little bit, kind of deciding where the industries are gonna be or what they're gonna be exactly. And then while waiting for the ballast to dry, I started doing telephone poles as well. So take a look at the progress. So this is the beginning of the layouts where I'm going to stage the locomotives. It'll be kind of like a little micro facility, which isn't really prototypical. Although there are some areas I know on the Santa Fe that have a small little micro yard. So anyways, gonna have tank cars going back there, fit about 4, come around the wrecking yard here, across the crossing, and this is the new stuff which goes into those 2 industries. This will actually be more like that. So goes into those 2 industries and then carries on to the grain facility, my little 3-track yard, and that's it. And so I've also started doing these telephone poles. You can kind of see them laid out right there. I was looking around for something, telephone poles that have good grain, but I looked at the stuff from Rick's stuff, and then I thought, you know, I could just use skewers. So that's exactly what these are. These are just shish kebab skewers, and I measured them up, and they measure out to be about a prototypical diameter, and they're spaced 100 feet apart, and the prototypes range depending on 100 to 125 feet apart. And so that's the layout so far. What's up guys, it's a few days later and making more progress. I got those tracks, ballast that go into that industry, and I worked on the auto shop area a little bit, pulled out some fencing, and I'm gonna arrange it slightly different. Switch going back. Then I started working on this industry, a little mock-up. There's going to be 2 more doors right there, probably another 11 inches or 12 inches going towards the left. Then the terminal, I've been working on this. Picked up this building because it looks similar to the Lodi station or depot, especially the roof line. Let me grab that real quick. All right, there it is with the roof on. So I got to smooth it down. These two tracks can hold a total of 5 GP units. And then the way I did this was the model came with these steps. So what I did was I poured some Smooth It, and I just made a form. So I formed that, and then now it goes right together. And then what I did was I took a scribe and a straight edge, and I scribed in the concrete expansion joints so that it lines up. And now I'm painting it, and it has a pretty good transition. So it's coming along. The last industry to get worked will be in that back corner, and I'm still undecided whether I want that to be grain, tank cars. You know, I'm just undecided. I've been looking for stuff, and I've been thinking about doing P&G because that's actually north of Lodi, which would be running the correct direction of the layout. So that's what I got going for now, and I'll come back after a little bit more is done. Alright, I finished up some of the painting for the depot section. Still got a little fine tuning to do, but the bulk of it is complete. So next will be getting the auto shop done, some trees, and then the second industry next to the brick building in the background. And then this section of the layout will be roughly installed. And just all right, guys, that concludes this layout update. I really like it. It has a much better workflow to it as far as delivering freight to the various industries. I've incorporated some scenes that I wanted to incorporate, such as the depot and some staging tracks for or engine tracks to park the power, and it flows really nice. I got a little area where I'm going to be doing a video on some block signals, because this is actually the main line here, and which I'm thinking about having a cassette off to my right where it is attached to the main portion of the layout with a trestle or something, so I can bring in traffic, and then I can have outbound traffic as well. So those will be videos to come. As you know, I don't update regularly. I have a lot of stuff going on, and when I have time, I'll post videos, and I'll get out here and I'll work on the layout and update you guys. Thank you for viewing my channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And until next time, this is Mike, Railroading 818, out.